Good idea trying that though.
But it's always worth a shot because
Oh,
like if
oh, damn, I was gonna say, wait, was there actually a front door?
no, no, unfortunately not. If only it was that simple.
Okay, so how do you get in, Adam? Staircase is up.
Yeah. So you see there that you see there's red exclamation marks there. So those are things that we need to interact with to get at the boss. So essentially there are little when you look at the tower, there's kind of pipes feeding into it. So essentially if you kind of fuck with whatever like things are have those exclamation marks on, he'll basically like move up the building until you can get him. So that's basically it. Like it's a simple enough puzzle, but as is often the case, it's kind of like the intuitiveness is not quite there. You know.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Oh, frick.
Yeah, thank God for that help, Barry.
Thank God the Russians are just full of little blue balls.
Yeah. There's also as well the what also doesn't help is that like they have so many like in this group in particular has a lot of explosives, a
Yeah.
lot of flammable things, and yeah, that can make exploring a level quite difficult sometimes.
I mean, sometimes they just kill themselves as well. At the same time, they'd look.
That makes my life a whole lot easier, to be honest with you.
Yep. Yep. And also, this is kind of dating in itself. Like, I haven't gone through a handful of sandbox games from around that time. This was around whenever hide behind a wall to heal yourself kind of came
Yes,
in style. So this is just
yeah,
before that.
the birth of the chest high wall
Oh yeah.
and all the hideous fucking chimera it created in the process.
Look, that's mostly gone now. I think.
That is true. It's that kind of that's died out with dinosaurs, hasn't it? A little bit.
Oh,
Although you can probably chart that decline to Gears of War, really, can't you? Like once Gears of War kind of died out, so did the chest high wall.
I don't think it's more just what's in fashion,
True. Yeah,
and
I
same
mean,
like Assassin's Creed had the same. I think it's largely just go and hide instead of crouch. Instead of crouch. Fucking hell! You kick that guy in the shin.
that's exactly what I did, James. And you know what? I'm proud of it. I'm happy with my
So,
decisions.
okay, so what is the plan here now? Just like kill all the henchmen and try to figure out the Sergey later on,
Uh,
or is there like a key that you're trying or a lever that you're trying to find that'll open a door at his?
yeah, it's essentially finding the lever because like the henchmen are just basically there as distractions because they do eventually respawn, and just
Okay,
like as is the case with most sandbox games, there's some on the map they just aggro anyway.
right. I was kind of being facetious about a lever, but I mean that also works.
It was literally a lever.
Okay, so you opened what? Beat the first lock.
Yeah, and there you go again. Essentially,
Okay, that's
like
grand.
that is literally the playthrough or the gameplay. It's not any more complicated than that. But
Okay,
again, the trouble is that is actually just like it like everything on the map looks the same.
yeah,
And there's a lot of red, there's a lot of grays, there's a lot of blacks. It's like it's so hard to kind of like have a something like pop out, kind of way.
yeah.
And because of course we're now in the age of realism where everything must be perfectly slate gray and brown.
But again,
And
that's another sign of the time as well. There was like everything has to look this way,
yes,
which may have held up fine at the time, but some of this stuff does not age well.
no,
And as I'm saying that, like one of the cases I'd be thinking of is, Half-Life. If you had seen what the original graphics for the thing was like,
oh yeah,
absolute
no, I remember, yeah,
absolute nightmare show to look at now, but that probably would have been hailed at the time.
Well, see, this is always the trade-off between how a game looks and how a game actually plays. And I'm always somebody who believes that if the game plays well, I think that all will always trump how it looks.
Yeah.
You know, like I believe that like Deus Ex is one of the best games ever made. It looks like it's made out of fucking paper mache, but I think it for the actual gameplay, the social commentary, the themes, the writing, the characters. I don't think there's many games that actually top Deus Ex in terms of ticking those boxes. Okay. Is it clunky to play now? 100% yes. Does it look ugly to play now? 100% yes. But I would still take original Deus Ex over anything out there at the moment. You're not going away.
So, and where's the next health bar?
He's now at the top there. So I think there's another one around the map, which I'm going to try and find.
Yeah.
And then he should be available then.
So this kind of, as we're saying, like that trade-off that was front and center of Zelda at one point.
Yes.
So after they had Ocarina, it's like, right, what's the next big game going to be? And they're like, right, we'll put out a few crappy little Game Boy games, and nobody liked that. And then they're like, right, what is the next 3D game going to be? And out on the GameCube, which, like, okay, great, what's the new engine going to look like? They made a very cartoony looking Zelda, Wind Waker.
Yeah.
And everyone hated it. It was the worst thing ever. They killed the franchise. And they got so spooked by it that they went hard in the other direction and they made Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess looked more mature. It looked more idea of here's what a Zelda is capable of looking like on the GameCube whenever the GameCube was trying. Guess which one of them holds up better, like 20 years on.
I not even as someone who doesn't have an extensive Zelda knowledge will say probably Wind Waker. Yeah. Like,
and that's like there's two characters. Toon Link is one of them, which you may, if you've ever played Smash Bros, that's one of the key characters is the Toon version of him. Lovely. I have to imagine Purity is like, I really hope that'd be very Rockstar for that to be a pun name on something.
Oh yeah, like Purity is probably just like pure energy.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that'll do. Whatever.
So was this option available to you the whole time, or did you only unlock that in the last little explosion?
No, I literally was just like, I'm running out of ammo, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, I need to actually see, like, has there been a shorter way up there this whole time? And the answer is no. And that was literally just like I hit an orb. That's all. Nothing more exciting than that. So now I'm still running out of ammo, and this is the frustrating thing, is that this is the way the level was intended to play, but because I'm exploring around and trying to find everything, there's people respawning everywhere. Yeah. I can't find where I'm going now because everything looks the fucking same.
Yeah.
And now I'm out of ammo because nobody is holding this one specific gun that I have. So
I mean, you have a handgun with 60 bullets in it and you're just not using it. You have 45 grenades. You just don't use them.
Well, I have 3 grenades and I have a rocket launcher. That's my loadout at the moment. I'm only allowed to carry 2.
Oh, okay.
So
I do remember playing. I had really liked playing Vice City back in the day, and equivalent kind of thing of a Nuzlocke, where I was like, right, I'm only going to allow myself to use grenades as Tommy Vercetti.
Ooh, that's an interesting choice.
Yep. So only able to use, and it was that, and it was in GTA 4 that I did it as well. GTA 4 much easier because you were able to like throw it around the corner. Like that was an animation that was added in. But yeah, that trying to take on the game like that is challenging.
Yeah, no, I would believe that. Like, considering that, like, in order to make that work, you need like what, like practically 1,000 grenades.
Yep.
And if you die once, then you have to buy them all again. That's fucking cruel.
Cruel. It would have been one of those throwing the cheat code 50 times.
Ah, okay, that's different. Fair enough.
Run cheat code 50 times. Just have your grenades, but you can only use grenades in fights.
Fair.
So
Okay,
assuming
that's not as bad then.
Assuming it's not a kill them with your car mission.
Well, I mean, you could if you put if you rest a grenade on your dashboard, does that count? Like, if we're talking technicalities here, you know.
Oh, if you're talking technical, there's still a handful of missions that you have to use your car for.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the option's ever there, go for grenades. Makes for a very tough game.
I can see I picked the right call having you here for this explosive-oriented game. It's like, grenades are always the right answer. Don't ask questions.
That said, it made, like, GTA 4 made the final boss very easy. Where you go down into the ship hole to go after him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, close quarters, grenades. Very, very helpful.
I was gonna say, like fucking hell, like I actually forgot about the final level of GTA 4. It's like, I don't know why, I just had it in my head it was someone else, it was someone different, but no, it was Avenged.
There's 2 endings,
yes.
And there's 2 final missions in both cases.
That's right, yes.
So it'll always have the final mission at Statue of Liberty.
Yes, that's right.
But that's not the real final mission. That's the I'm trying to think. Literary terms coming, that's after the climax. You've taken care of the whole point of the game. Is can you, do you trust this guy again after he betrayed you?
Yeah.
And if you do, it'll lead to one thing, and if you don't, it'll lead to another. And if you do trust him, he backstabs you. You have to fight your way out of a warehouse. If you don't trust him, you can go and take him out yourself, which is what I did every time. You go down and you say, no, I'm not going to forgive you for betraying me early in the game.
Yeah.
Either way, after that, you have the field wedding scene and then shootout at the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
so
I think...
that's more the finishing touches. That's all the endings of Lord of the Rings. Frodo through the ring in ages ago, and then you've got like 10 minutes of epilogue. So yeah, the shootout at Statue of Liberty is nearly epilogue compared.
Yeah, that's fair.
Real question of, do you trust this guy, or do you go and take him out before you can betray you?
Yeah, I remember now. I couldn't actually remember what the actual the crescendo was, considering that the only thing I can remember from that tail end of that game was the actual who dies at the wedding. Is it going to be Roman or is it going to be Kate? Tune in next week.
Let's go bowling.
Hey, and hilariously enough, that's going to seem considered to be the better ending if Roman survives. Which is like, okay, I mean,
you got free taxis at the end of this. Yeah.
Yeah, great. What about my wife? Where's my wife and kids? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think Rockstar is probably going to be a bit too gun shy to make the remake of that.
Or 4? No, don't think so. It's not in an uncanny valley where it needs a graphical remake anyway.
I don't think it has the level of nostalgia to warrant it either.
I don't think. I remember having this conversation with I think Foxy actually on the last recording, and 4 it was just it was such a departure from the more colourful, goofier PS2 games that I think it kind of put people off it. But it's hard to be nostalgic for realism, kind of way.
Oh,
it might be.
Yeah.
You're going to be more nostalgic for the cartoony violence than you are going to be for. Oh, and this happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You say cartoony violence, and you get thrown 10 feet up in the air, and you land on your nuts.
Oh, no, it gets better. I'm stuck. I can't move.
I mean,
I'm getting crushed by the cedar.
Either, if that happened to me, so...
Yeah. So that was fun. I had to keep that in, because that was just fucking stupid. But, but yeah. I think people are just going there's a certain rose-tinted glances for some parts of it, and then again, actually, I think we were even talking about this on other playthroughs. Is that rose tinted glass can only go so far, especially for something that is kind of a substantial product. You know, because
Yeah,
all you're doing then is just kind of illustrating that you actually don't really know a good game or you don't know a good time compared to what your rose tinted glasses are on for. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like I'm trying to think when did I did play GTA 4 since finishing college.
Yeah.
So I think that might have been close to 10 years ago since I played it. No, um, I don't think it holds up quite as well as some of the others. No, I have only played GTA 5 the once. I think it was too expansive. It didn't hold any replay to it.
Yuriev is close. The
Um,
marker on your HUD shows you the way to
so
your
let's
target.
try again to kill Yuriev.
But yeah,
Um,
well, I think number 6 is going to be more of the same, really, isn't it? Because it's just going to be an even bigger map with two playable characters.
if number
Uh,
6 ever comes out,
yeah, that's true. They're still making money on 5, so like, why would they bother?
absolutely. Number 5 was number like it still baffles me. Number 5 was out on the PS3.
Yeah, yeah.
You went the
It,
whole PS4 without a new Grand Theft Online,
mm,
but not a new Grand Theft Auto.
yeah. Because, like I said, what's the point? Like, if it's still printing money, why would you change anything?
Oh,
There's no.
100%. No, I'm like I nearly say I'm happy with that, but we're not going the Assassin's Creed route. We're not going the Pokemon route of we need to make one every year, good or
Yeah.
bad. Like if they can hold off and like they have a constant revenue stream of people willing to buy custom skins for their current game.
Yeah.
It still boggles my mind that people spend money on skins.
It's ludicrous, but then, like I said, there's a lot of children who play video games, and they have a lot more disposable income than we had when we were fucking playing games.
Oh,
So, like,
but I can remember, like, what was it? Again, it was Assassin's Creed. It was horse armor being a thing that Ubisoft tried selling.
oh yeah,
Like, your horse that you don't use can have a different color cloak if you give us money.
oh wow, I'm fucking good in there, guys. Yeah, woo.
But, like, clearly that model worked because they kept going with the microtransactions.
Yeah,
Like, I looked at it whenever it first came out and I was like, that's insane. You fucking mongoloids. You're not getting another cent. And yet that's the model that exists now.
it is, and I think it's like it's. You're in a weird way, like the kind of traditional games aren't necessarily the biggest culture for that. It's your stuff like your Fortnites and
Yeah.
in particular FIFA.
Oh,
Which I always,
Fortnite only exist for that.
yeah. For the Fortnite is I've said this before. Fortnite, this is gonna sound like such an old man rant. So get fucking ready here, whippersnappers, because I'm gonna fucking drop you some truth bombs on you. But Fortnite just isn't a fucking game. It just isn't. It is a collection of things. And if that makes a video game in this day and age, then fuck me, I really am old, because it's dog shit. It's such a
like
so bad.
you look at a lot of these that came out around the time. Like I'd lump Fortnite in with Among Us and with Fall Guys as like these things saw big prominence off a very simple concept in the late 2010s.
Yeah.
And like Fall Guys is absolutely a game. It's ridiculous.
Mm.
But yeah, Fortnite is what like Hunger Games or just constantly closing down circle. That said, microtransactions absolutely ruin it.
Yeah. But like I said, it's a money maker, and like game studios, especially big ones, will always say, okay, to make our business model sustainable, we need to have one of those type of games. So they're going to try and maximize that one in particular, and then somewhere down the line, it means then all the actual nerds who want to make video games for us, then okay, fine, then you can have your little pet projects, you know. Like I said, same with Nintendo having their bread and butters, you know.
Doors open on the roof there.
It is. No, we smoked him out. He's there.
You. Happy out? Nope. Another health bar. You son of a bitch. You're not dead yet. Okay.
Find cover.
All of us henchmen can't shoot past through walls, so we're good.
Yeah.
Out and done.
Oh, he's one letter off being called Sovietnik.
Yeah. Hi, Soviet Nick.
Ah,
So stupid. But yeah, that was a fun level. They're all fun levels from here on out, to be honest with you.
oh no. So, are you glad you got an Xbox for this?
No, I'll be honest with you. But do you know what? The channel needed one eventually because there'd be some games you wouldn't be able to play on PlayStation otherwise. So whatever. I got it for cheap.
Okay. Well, you got what you paid for.
Quite literally, yes.
Okay, let's take a look up here. What's the best Xbox exclusive? See if there's any other good ones. Sorry, see if there's any good ones.
Jesus, yeah. Like I know where my loyal designer stands, and like there isn't necessarily anything on the Xbox side that really kind of wants me to guess, because like I said, you probably have an alternative on the Sony or Nintendo side. Like,
I'm trying to think what any of the major Xbox exclusives are. I mean, soon it will be Crash Bandicoot. So
I believe.
Yeah.
I still don't think that's going to be the case, but we'll see.
Like, it'd be stupid of them not to.
It would be totally stupid not to. Yeah. No, like you have it for a couple of months before you release it on the consoles, absolutely. But you don't keep it. Keeping something exclusive in this day and age is just fucking nonsense. Because you don't get the money, you don't get the value out of it anymore.
Sorry, that's entirely Nintendo's raison d'etre.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. But like Nintendo has such a market share that they can do that. They can get away with that.
Yep. Because
chances are the people that like are gonna play their games are Nintendo stalwarts anyway. They're gonna have a Switch, they're gonna have a Wii, whatever. Because everything's developed now pretty much with the same tech between PCs, Sony, and Microsoft. Why would you bother having fucking exclusives? You're just narrowing yourself.
Because people still need your hardware.
Maybe so, but like, doesn't anyone just like we have crossplay now? We have this. The actual sibling rivalry that consoles had is long since dead, and now basically everyone's in on the same plan, which is make fucking money out of smelly gamers. That's essentially the plan. It sounds callous and all that, but that's always been the case, and we just now like aware of it because it's more obvious.
Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm still pointing out that having your own exclusive is kind of part of the appeal. In like software will get so much money, but piracy and that will always drain, whereas hardware is a constant. You can get people to invest in hardware at a much higher, like that's a €500 drop for someone as opposed to a 60 to €80 drop.
I see where you're going, but I can also be kind of cynical in saying that like there's like if you put this franchise on the console, it's still not going to make me buy the console. I'll just watch it play through on YouTube, and that'll do it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, if you put this game on a different console, you would be tainting another console.
Oh, that's actually a fair assessment, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay, another stereotype Roman name, Olga Romanova.
Oh yeah, Romanova. Come on over, Romanova. But yeah. So there's two lieutenants left, and then we can take on the big bad, and the bulk then will be destroyed. Motherland, something. Blah.
Okay, and then crime will hit zero in the city. And there'll be no more evildoers.
There will be much rejoicing. Now, hilarious enough.
That didn't unspawn from last time. Okay.
It did not. No. So, like I said, this is like this is not an outright game over. It is basically restart, respawn. Let's go.
I like how they worked their shitty programming of not being able to clear the cache. They wrote that in as a feature, not a bug.
I mean, to be fair, You turn your negatives into a positive, right? I mean, that makes sense.